Once again to another edition of Empowered Ways. Empowered Ways is a self and business development program aimed at empowering especially the youths with information sufficient enough to help them discover their potentials, put them to use and become who they were created to be. Do you work with youth? Are you a pastor and then you have youths in your church? You need someone to talk, to motivate, to encourage them to begin to discover their potentials, to begin to become useful to themselves and to their society, to look inwards and discover the potentials God has placed in them. You can reach out to me and then I'll be so glad to talk to your youth. At the end of this program, I will leave my phone number. You can call me or you can visit our Facebook page, and then from there you can get in touch with me. Now, but today we're going to be talking about the power of choice. Now, the thing that distinguishes man from animals is choice. And choice is what gives man the identity of being human. Any creature that has the ability to make the right choices in life is identified as human. Animals work by instinct. They don't have choices. Whatever is their instinct, they go by it. A lion will chase a kangaroo, an antelope, and even an elephant based on instinct. He does that because the instinct himself said you are hungry and you need to eat. So all he does is to look for a prey and then go after it. But man can choose. Even when he's hungry, he can choose not to eat. He can control himself. He can say, oh, okay, I want to fast. And so the fasting is going to take me 3 days and I'm not going to eat. Man can do that, but an animal cannot do that. An animal can only starve himself if there is no food to eat. If there is no prey to prey upon. But man, you can choose to go hunger. You can, of course, we have heard of people who say they are going hunger strike. It is choice that makes that possible. Your choices today will determine the reward and the result you have tomorrow. So, this is what makes you a human being. This is what makes you a human. Choices. That's why the Bible said, I present before you life and death. All that God has created, God didn't present such opportunity to them. He didn't tell the animals in the field, didn't tell the birds in the air, he didn't tell them, even the grasses in the field, didn't tell the trees or the rivers or even the air or everything. God didn't tell them make choices. But man, he said, I present before you life and death. He said, but I advise you to choose life. It's an advice. What God is saying that you have the ability and the power to choose what you want. Even God himself is not willing to force his own opinion on us. So the power of choice, what it means is that one of the things that has made us great in life is choice. What have you chosen to do with your life? What have you chosen to know? What have you chosen to be part of? It is choice. Of course, we know there are things we don't have choice over, the choice of our beds. We don't. But after being born, every other thing in life is choice. You made your choice. The armed robbers made the choice of being robbers. Politicians made the choice of being politicians. Evangelists, pastors, those who are doing the work of God had also made the choice, even though some of them said they were called. But even when you are called and you say you don't want it, God is not going to force it on you. But even when God still forces it on you, you still have to accept it. And the point of acceptance, you have made a choice. The power of choice. You can choose to be successful or to be a failure. It is your choice. You can choose to be wealthy or to be poor. It is your choice. You can choose to be healthy or be sick. It is your choice. You can choose to be happy or be sad. It is your choice. You can choose to develop yourself or remain undeveloped. It is your choice. Now, these things, man, one would say, I don't want to be poor. I don't want to be sick. I don't want to be a failure. But the things we do daily determines the choice. So the choice we make is not only verbal. The choice we make is not in most cases verbal. We can't just say, okay, I don't want to be poor, and then you think that because you have said so, you have decided. No, you are only saying a wish. So if you don't want to be poor, you have to make the decision. And the decision you make will entail the things you do. The decision you make will entail the type of friends you keep. The decision you make will entail the type of books you read and the type of things you listen to. Poverty is not by accident. Poverty don't just come. Poverty comes by attitude, by actions, the things we do. So if you say you don't want to be poor, and you choose to be successful, to be wealthy in life, then you have to begin to do the things that wealthy people do. That's the purpose of choice. That's the purpose of being able to decide on what to do. So if you say you want to be wealthy, what you need to do is to make the decisions to do the things that unsuccessful people don't do. The decision to do the things that failures in life will not do. That is what choice is all about. Choice is not by wishes. Choice is not by just saying it. Choice is action. Choice is doing things. So you said you don't want to be sick, then go ahead and work on your health. Go ahead and exercise. Go ahead and eat balanced diet. Eat right. That is what they say. If you don't want to be sorrowful, then you have to do the things that will bring happiness to you. The power of choice. It is in your hand. Choose life. God is saying, choose life. Choose success. Choose wealth. Choose happiness. Choose health. Choose self-development. Choose these things. This is the only way you can truly say you have made the right decision. Life represents this thing. Life without wealth is a useless life. It's a frustrated life. Life without health is even more frustrated. It's even more frustrating. Yes, you may not be very wealthy and still be happy. You might not have all the money and still be happy. You could be sick and still be happy, but it is your choice. You have to choose to be happy. You have to choose it. Choice. Now, but there are things that you need to do to help you in your choice making, in your decision making. There are things you need to. Now, the first thing is you have to stay on your choice long enough. Whatever you are choosing, stay on it long enough. Stay on it long enough until you realize it. Stay on it long enough and you will realize that choice. For example, you said you want to be wealthy. And then you now begin to do the things that wealthy people do. What do? They study. Wealthy people develop themselves. Wealthy people, they sleep less. Wealthy people, they work hard. But of course, wealthy people work smarter. You need to begin to do these things. You need to begin to work hard. You need to begin to work smart. You need to begin to learn. You need to begin to develop yourself. You need to begin to discipline yourself. This is what wealthy people do. Make the decision to do these things if that is your choice. But if you want failure, if you want poverty, then keep on sleeping. That is why the Bible says, a little sleep, a little slumber, and poverty will come upon you like an ant-man. You see, we say we don't want poverty, yet we keep doing the things that brings poverty. Sleeping too much. In today's information age, you see a lot of youth, they're just lazy around. They want to attend parties. Nothing is wrong with these things. They want to have fun. Nothing is wrong with having fun. But what about paying the price for the success you want in life? You have to choose to do that. So stay long enough on your choices and then you will realize it. Stay long enough. When I say long enough, I'm not saying a year, 2 years, 3 years. Just stay long enough. As long as you know that the choices are right, stay long enough on it. You will realize what you aim at. The next thing you need to do is that limit your choices. The fewer your choices, the likelihood you will stay on it. Limit them. Don't make too many choices. When you make too many choices, you are depleting your willpower. And when your willpower is depleted, you don't have the ability to stay. Patience is lacking. Willpower is depleted, you don't have patience anymore. You can wait long enough. You can stay long enough on your decision. So make fewer decisions and stand on it. Stay on it. The fewer your decisions, the better for you. The fewer your decision, the better for you. Then the next thing you need to do is learn to say no a lot of time. Learn to say no a lot of time. I'm going to dwell a little bit on this. You see, every day we are confronted with choices in life, so many of them. And a lot of these choices are distraction. A lot of these choices are distraction. I'm going to share a story with you. This story, I got this story from one of the best motivational speakers in the world, Jim Rohn. He was talking about, he gave a good insight. He gave another insight into the story of the Bible story about the sower. One day Jesus was telling the story. He said one day a man went to sow. Then while he was sowing, some of the seed fell on the wayside. And then the birds came and eat them. Some of the seed he wanted to sow fell on thorny grounds. And then because there is no much earth, the seed sprung up and then died quickly. And some of the seed fell on the good ground, but the weeds grew up and then choked them. And then some of the seed fell on the good ground. Now, but the lesson behind this story, this is what Jim Rohn said. He said that the man who went to sow had the choice of chasing the birds from eating the seed that fell by the wayside. But the man refused to chase the bird. Why? Because he was focused. He had made the decision and he stayed on it, and he knew what he wanted. What he wanted was to have his seed germinate. And then he knew that there are inevitability in life. There are things that you cannot stop. You can't stop some of the waste in life. The seed that fell by the wayside, that is how God makes provision for the birds to feed. You can't stop it. So the man refused to chase the birds away. Neither did he say, okay, because some of the seed are falling on the wayside, I'm going to stop sowing the seed on the good ground and then go and begin to pick the ones on the wayside. You will waste your time, and before you know, you wouldn't have sown enough seed that day. And then the next one is, it fell among the rocky ground. There was no good soil there. The man would have said, okay, there's not enough soil here. My seed will waste here. But the man was focused. He refused. He said no to the distraction of going to chase the bird. He said no to the distraction of going to pick his seed from the thorny ground because he had made a choice. The choice was to go and plant the seed in a good ground. However, some of the seed had fallen on the bad ground. And there are some of the seed that fell among the thorns. And the man would have said, these thorns will not allow my seed to grow, so I'm going to go and begin to pick it. But meanwhile, in the process of picking the seeds among the thorn, he probably will even be choked by the thorn. The thorn will pierce him, and then he would have gotten some blisters. Now, but he was focused. He refused to pay attention to the thorn. These are distractions. This is his way of saying no. And then he went further and sowed the seed in the good soil. And the Bible said that the seed that is sowed on the good soil, some yielded 30%, some 60-fold, and then some 100-fold, 100%. Now, did he get his result? Yes, he got it. He got 100-fold, he got 60-fold, he got 30-fold. Some would have said, if he has sown all the seeds in that good soil, there are inevitabilities in life that you cannot avoid. You just need to say no to some of them. If you want to avoid a lot of things, you are saying yes to a lot of things. Say no a lot. Say no to friends who would want you to go out and have fun when you need to study. You are in school. Say no to the distractions of life. The things that will want you not to pay attention to developing yourself. Say no to them. Say no a lot. When you say no a lot, you are limiting your choices to very few. Yes, it is true that saying no is actually choices in himself. But I'm talking about you not allowing distraction to come and sway you off from the few choices you have made to better your life. The choices of success, the choices of good health, the choices of wealth, the choices of happiness, the choices of self-development. When you say no a lot to other things, you will have enough time to pay attention to these other things that are necessary in life. This is how we want to wrap it up. And then we want to invite you to join us at Empowered Ways meeting. We call it Entrepreneur Mentoring Program. Every Sunday we meet in Lugbe, Abuja by 4 p.m. at Lugbe International Academy. It is opposite Monchino and beside Salem Academy. If you pick any Okada, they will direct you there. Join us every Sunday by 4 p.m. And for you that wants to reach to me, you can follow me on Facebook at facebook.com/Intesat, or follow us, like our page, facebook.com/empoweredwaysng. And then if you want to reach to me, you can call me on 0802 3755 992. Let me take the numbers again. 0802 3755 992. You can reach to me, and I'll be so glad to speak to your youth. I'll be so glad to motivate them. I'll be so glad to help them look inwards, discover their potentials, and then put it to use. That is the purpose of existence. That is why God created us. Thank you very much, and see you at Entrepreneur Mentoring Program on Sunday, every Sunday by 4 p.m. at Lugbe International Academy, Lugbe, Abuja. Thank you, and God bless you.